Hello, I'm Tatiana Thompson. This is Brome Bird News. My coneflowers and my black-eyed Susans are blooming, and the bees, butterflies and hummingbirds we're seeing, what a treat. I hope your gardens are doing well too. Steve Soringen from Texas has a really interesting situation with Carolina wrens and building their nests. Here's his question. Last year, outside my back door, a pair of Carolina wrens built a beautiful nest in an old metal watering can. I kept waiting to see them raise a new generation of cute little birds. However, nothing happened even though the adults were in and out of the nest several times a day all season. I simply marked it off as abandoned due to so many disturbing ins and outs of backdoor traffic. This spring, they were back again making repairs to the nest and sprucing things up. However, once again, no eggs laid even though they visited the nest several times a day all season and even still do this day. I have read that some species of birds build multiple nest sites to deter predators. Others construct dummy or decoy nests for the same purpose. Is the Carolina wren known to participate in this practice?
Hi, Steve. Congratulations on your new tenants last year, a pair of Carolina wrens. Lucky guy. Not only are they strikingly beautiful, they are lovely singers too. I was not surprised to learn they chose to nest in an old metal watering can. Other interesting nest sites in the scientific literature include glove compartments on abandoned cars, old shoes, pockets of old coats, and under the covers of propane tanks. Now, you're correct in saying that some species of birds build multiple nests, and it's also true that the wrens are particularly prone to this practice. For instance, male Carolina wrens do indeed begin several so-called dummy nests in their territories, after which the female chooses one and completes its construction and decoration. But as for the function of that multi-nest building behavior, things are far from clear. There's been a lot of guesswork out there to date. Here are some leading hypotheses. First, these nests may signal to other cavity nesting species that this is a wren's territory, and that they risk getting their eggs punctured by the aggressively territorial birds should they use that particular cavity. It's a way of reducing competition for resources. Second, having a partially built nest as a staged home, so to speak, might be more appealing to would-be female partners. Third, the male's partial efforts at supplying some of the nest materials might expedite the building of the final nest and allow the pair to quickly get on with the business of raising young. Fourth, it could simply demonstrate the male's fitness to the female. The more industrious he is with this task, the better parent to the nestlings he might be. Fifth, in agreement with your suggestion of deterring predators, having so many dummy nests could make finding the real nest just a wee bit harder and force the predators to look for easier prey. Finally, I'll add a sixth possibility, and certainly not a mutually exclusive one. Perhaps the whole process merely strengthens the pair bond between the two partners. Someday, scientists will test all of these hypotheses one by one, and only then will we finally know why they do it.
The loggerhead shrike, or the butcherbird, is a rather unique predatory songbird which impales its prey on a barbed wire fence, a cactus, or anything spiky it can find. But it's also one of the fastest declining migratory birds in North America. These birds prefer grasslands and open habitats. At last count in Ontario, there were only 17 breeding pairs left there. Fortunately, conservationists in Ontario, Canada, are working hard to create more habitat for these birds. Nature Conservancy Canada has just acquired another 21 hectares, about 70 acres of land, which totals 121 hectares or about 300 acres of habitat just for these birds. A group of nudists in Belgium have been trying to get their own official nudist beach for quite some time. After selecting a spot, they went to the local government, but they were shut down by a group of environmentalists that were claiming that some of the activities associated with nude sunbathing would frighten and disturb the local colony of crested larks. But the beachgoers pushed harder, so the Flemish Agency for Woodland and Nature went to country's environmental minister appealing on the behalf of crested larks and dune preservation, and they won the case. So I guess the only things that will be getting busy in the dunes will be the crested larks themselves. There are a few things more adorable than watching a piping plover chick run to the sea, forage for food, and rush back avoiding the waves. It's so cute that even Disney's Pixar has made a movie about it called Piper. But what makes it so adorable is also what has made it so endangered. For the first 4 weeks of their life, piping plover chicks have to forage for their food on their own. There is no help from mom and dad. So in 1986, there were only 139 breeding pairs left in the wild until they were declared endangered. And since then, huge efforts have been made to bring their numbers back. And no one has been more successful than Massachusetts. Thanks to the amazing efforts of the State Departments of Conservation and Recreation and Audubon volunteers, conservationists literally chick sit, protecting the nest from predators and unwary tourists that might not notice the little chicks. And because of all that work, the numbers of piping plovers breeding pairs have gone up to 689 in Massachusetts. This has allowed to keep the beaches open, attracting tourism, but at the same time educating the public about the plight of the piping plover. Well, it was another beautiful contest. I can see that birds are busy in your gardens. Let's check out the top 5 in public voting. This is our winner. And now, the top 5 in staff picks. And this is this month's winner. Congratulations, both of you. And next month, it's all about birds and berries. It can be fruits as well, because that's what we're seeing in our gardens right now. We will be giving away our decorative squirrel solution 200. Good luck, everyone. Well, this is all we have for you on this episode. Please don't forget to ID your bird photos when submitting them to our photo contest. Have a beautiful week, everyone.